The Case of the School Ghost, Chapter 9, The Agatha Society. Hey, you brought Buddy, one of the kids on the floor says. I go over and let him pet me. Then I sniff at the closed door behind his. I smell dirt, fertilizer, gasoline, tools. Where are we, I wonder? What's on the other side of that door? Who are you guys, Michael asks. They're fifth graders, Jillian says. This is Tim O'Brien. She points her flashlight at the boy who smelled like chocolate, rain, mud, and baseball. The boy squints. Tim lives on my street, Jillian goes on, and that's Alex Schaefer. She shines her flashlight on a girl with long, wet hair who smells like chocolate, rain, and mud. I don't know the other two. I know one of the others. I know the boy who smells like chocolate, rain, mud, rabbit, and basketball. His name is the same as the girl's, Alex. He's Maya's brother. I think I know where Maya got the idea to hide those lizards in the furnace room. Her brother probably told her about it. I'm Alex Linsing, the boy Alex says. And I'm Mira Amin, says a girl who smells like chocolate, rain, mud, and bubblegum. Aha! She's the one whose scent I smelled on the grate and in the tunnel, and all those papers and flashlights. You're probably wondering why we've called you here tonight, Tim says, turning on his flashlight. You called us here, Michael says. He sounds a little bit disappointed. What? Were you thinking Agatha called you here? Mira says, chomping on her gum. The other fifth graders smirk. We are the members of the Agatha Society, Tim says. We are the ones who invited you here tonight. Members of the what? Connor says. The Agatha Society, Tim repeats. It's a secret club that's been on this school for more than 40 years. The only people who know about it are the people who are in it now, the people who have been in it before, and now you guys. I'm not sure what I think about secret clubs. There used to be another secret club at this school. It's called the Sharks. I remember a boy pulled the fire alarm to get that club. I hope this isn't that kind of club. You have to promise not to tell anyone about this club before we go any further, Mira says. Do you promise? Connor, Michael, and Jillian all look at each other. I guess. Sure. Okay. That doesn't sound very serious, the boy Alex says. If you're going to join the Agatha Society, you have to take it seriously. How do we know we even want to join? Connor asks. You haven't told us what the club is or what you do. Tim, Alex, and Mira look at each other. Mostly we sit around and eat candy, the girl Alex says. Uh-huh, Mira nudges Alex. We do other stuff. Like what? Jillian asks. We keep the story of Agatha alive, Tim says. Was Agatha a real person? Connor asks. Yes, Mira says. She went to school here a long time ago. Her story is written down in here. Mira holds up an old book. Jillian reaches for the book, but Mira yanks it away. Only full members of the Agatha Society can see the book. What do you have to do to become full members? Michael asks. You've already done most of what you need to do, Tim says. You were chosen by a current member. You completed the task we gave you in your letters. You solved our secret code, and you have found your way to our secret hideout. Now, all you have to do is take the club oath. Before we do that, can you tell us more about the club? Connor asks. You must do something besides eat and keep the story of Agatha alive. Well, we bring in new members during the 4th grade sleepover, Alex says. A long time ago, the club used to do random acts of kindness, sorts of things. You know, like give somebody flowers and not say who they're from. People were supposed to think they were from Agatha, the girl Alex says. There were years the club made ghostly recordings and stuff so people would think the school was haunted. The boy Alex says. It's all in the book, Mira says. Everything the club has ever done is written up in the book. There's also a list of all the people who have ever been members of the club in the book, Tim says. There are some very surprising names on the list. He wiggles his eyebrows. Yeah, like who? Michael asks. Mira hugs the book tight to her chest. You can't know that until you're an official member of the club, she says. So what do you say? Tim asks. Do you want to join the best club at this school? Yes, for sure, Connor, Michael, and Jillian say. Okay then, Tim says. Come join our circle. The 5th graders all stand up and make room for the 4th graders. I stay back out of the circle. Raise your right hand and repeat after me, Tim says, holding up his right hand. Connor, Michael, and Jillian all raise their right hands. State your name, Tim says. I, Connor Keene, Michael Ford, Jillian Sinclair, do solemnly swear to keep all the secrets of the Agatha Society, Tim says. Do solemnly swear to keep all the secrets of the Agatha Society. Connor, Michael, and Jillian repeat, their hands still raised. I now pronounce you members of the Agatha Society, Tim says. The other fifth graders clap. Connor, Michael, and Jillian all grin at each other. Cool, Michael says. Tim reaches into his pocket and pulls out 3 shiny objects, keys. He hands one to each of the fourth graders. What are these for? Connor says, eyeing the key in his hand. You know that old shed that's in the back of the school? The boy Alex says. Yeah, Connor says. The boy Alex puts his hands on the door behind him. That's what's on the other side of this door. It's how we get in here for our meetings. Your key unlocks the shed. It's how it unlocks the shed. Once you're in the shed, you can get into the tunnel and eventually into the furnace room and the rest of the school. Do any of the teachers know kids have these keys? Connor asks. Does my mom? Nope, Mira says, and we're going to keep it that way. How do you get into the school from the tunnel? Jillian asks. Doesn't somebody have to be in the school to untwist the screws on the grate? Not if the screws aren't in very tight. You should be able to kick the grate in, and voila, you are in the school. Cool, Michael says. We hold all our meetings right here in the tunnel, the girl Alex says. If you ever tell anyone about the club or its secrets, you'll be kicked out, Mira warns. Don't worry, Michael says. We know how to keep a secret, don't we, guys? Yes, of course, Connor and Jillian nod their heads. Good, Mira says. She brings the big book over to them and opens it up. Connor, Michael, and Jillian gaze at it. I try and look, but it's all writing, no pictures. Tim reaches into his pocket, pulls out a pen, and hands it to Jillian. Now you guys have to sign the book. I watch as Jillian, Connor, and Michael all write their names. So who else has been a member of this club? Michael asks, paging back through the book. You said there were some surprising names in here, but so far I don't recognize any of them. The fifth graders all grin, knowingly at each other. Keep going, Alex, the girl says, all the way back to the first name on the list. Connor and Jillian peer over Michael's shoulder. Connor's eyes just about pop out of his head. He points to something on the page, and Jillian and Michael both gasp. Alan Poe, Jillian says wide-eyed. Is that Mr. Poe? Our janitor? The fifth graders keep on grinning. Mr. Poe wasn't just a member of the club, Tim says. He's the one who started the whole